Let me know if you can hear the mic. Testing the new mic. What's up? I'm gonna try something really quick here. What's up, guys? We'll let everybody come in here. Okay, I don't need those headphones. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, guys. Hopefully I'll get some moderators in here as well. Mainly testing the new mic. I have a new mic here. Right there. And didn't really plan on any live show, but let me know if you guys can hear this mic pretty good. I got a lot of different settings here that I'm going to be playing throughout the show. All right, we should probably cut this music or at least turn it down for now. Is that music bothering you guys? Cheers, everyone. Pete, what is the Marantz MR220 selling for? I don't know. I have no idea. Gotta look it up. MR220. All right, let's see here. What's up, guys? We'll let some people flow in. What's up, Wade? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Really no big topic here. Really testing my new microphone here. But, you know, since I have you guys here, we can talk about some stuff. Why not? We'll let some people come in here. What? Pete has dedicated haters. Yes, absolutely. Mike sounds good. I really appreciate it, guys. All right. What was that? Marantz. That was Marantz MR220. Kind of curious. For restoration, somebody's selling one for parts for about $60. You know, probably I imagine a good working order. That's their lower grade of units. Probably if it's working 120. Oh, thanks for super chat. You guys don't have to do that. Like I said, I'm testing the mic, but I do appreciate it. Hey, Pete, are you still doing the project you started last January with the new eBay store where you only sell electronics? It's a good question. Let me shut this music down. I think it's I think it might be bugging some people here. Matter of fact, I do. I just restarted my project, and I don't think it's going to be only electronics. I'm going to be selling more stuff in there. I just started up beginning of January this store. I just got few items. I'm testing a market out. I'm actually trying to compare some things as far as retail arbitrage, how well you can sell it on eBay versus Amazon on certain stuff. Not doing FBA. Of course, I'm not comparing FBA. I'm comparing Amazon Merchant Fulfill to regular eBay. So testing some waters with that. You guys can follow me. The name of the store is Craigslist Hunter. It's actually Craigslist_Hunter. I guess Craigslist Hunter by itself was taken. I don't know why, but it was. So it's Craigslist_Hunter. You can follow me. What's up? What's up? What's up? What do you mean I get 800 views checking the mic? There's only 170 people in here. It's okay. It's all good, guys. Hey, Pete, do most DVD players sell for good money, or it's just DVD VHS combos? DVDs actually don't sell for good money. The combos do, but DVDs by themselves, they don't bring a whole lot of money. So now, on the other hand, VHSs, they sell pretty good by themselves. The reason is because DVDs, you can walk in to Walmart and buy just a simple DVD player for $19.99. So, or a decent Blu-ray for 40, $50. Let's see. Let me look at the chat here. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, shoot some questions, guys. I really don't have a topic. I do have some questions here that I could technically answer here. That I get quite often. Somebody was asking me, and this question repeats itself a lot. Reyes, the entrepreneur, thank you, appreciate it for super chat. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Primetime Treasure Hunter here. Thanks for all you have done. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the live show. Yes, I'm going to be doing a show on January 25th with Dominic, Primetime Treasure Hunter. So be ready for that show. Should be interesting. I hope you're not going to ask me all kinds of questions that I don't know the answers to. So, but it should be interesting. The question that I want to say here, this is Responso89. Ask this question, and I get this question a lot. At what point is it a good idea to open or lease an office? I am out of space at home, limited myself to small items, blah, blah, blah. So, the main question is, when is the time to make that jump, right? That your first bedroom, your second bedroom, your garage start filling up. When do you start looking for office space, maybe, or warehouse? It's a tough one, because I think, first of all, I don't think you should make that move unless you're already full-time and you have a steady income and you have a good handle, that you know what's going on and what the profits are. But I think it's good to kind of separate your home from the actual work. Yes, I know it's nice. You can walk into your garage in pajamas and deal with some of the stuff, but I think it's kind of good, actually, even if you got to make a short trip somewhere, that when you come back home, it's not on your mind. You can still control it, right, from a computer or a laptop if you need to answer some questions, but you physically, whatever, 8 p.m., you shut it off, you're done with it till the next morning. You got to know your numbers. You have to know your numbers before you can make a decision like that. And if you've been running it, let's say, for a couple of years full time, and all of a sudden, after 2 years, your bedroom is completely full and your garage is full as well, that you grew something pretty nice within 2 years, and it's time to move. And I would recommend to probably get a space that it's at least 3 times bigger, if not even bigger than that, because if you were able to achieve what you achieved in 2 years, most likely you're going to be able to expand within next year or 2 or 3, and you're going to double your business. I see this all the time. People rent an office, and a year or 2 years later, they have to move out again and find a new space because they're expanding. And this business changes constantly. Like, I lately realized too, in my shop, we're going to dedicate another 700 square feet of my back warehouse, because we are expanding. We're expanding Amazon merchant fulfill area. There's a lot of products that is going to be coming in that I'm going after this year, and I know already that the area that we have dedicated for eBay, I don't want to have it mixed with the items that are going to be coming in for Amazon. So we need to expand, and things like that happen. You constantly growing. So, but it's a very good question where you make that. I mean, the numbers should tell you when you are ready to do something like this. If you're making okay money and you can afford a lease and you can sign a lease, you got to remember you're going to have additional internet costs, right? Electricity, heating, um, office supplies, insurance. You got to think about all that stuff. So, but the numbers should tell you if you can afford to do that or not. um I you know I mean, depends what kind of. I mean, it's actually hard to say because I right now, if I would not had a store and I would had to run my business from this 600 square foot basement that I have, it's not even six, it's like 550. Um, I would concentrate probably only on items that I know that like 100% sellers, that half of this space can be for storage, and I can still have my kind of man cave that you guys see behind me here, and I can maintain about 200 to 300 items in here. That's all I will need, and the sell-through rate on that stuff would be about 50%, and I can make good money, and that way would not require me to have any kind of office, anything else than this 500 square feet here. So it all depends how you're gonna, what you're going to sell and how you're going to work your business. Let me see if I can answer some questions. I appreciate everybody stopping by. We got 260 people. We got a lot of people in the chat here. Sales are great today, $135 after fees. That's awesome. My sales were actually extremely slow today on eBay. Although I just listed here a Sylvania VCR and it sold within 10 minutes. I'm not kidding you. A cheapie, like a cheapie made in China VCR, Sylvania four-head VCR for $35 with free shipping that I picked up for like $3, but it sold instantly. And today in the shop was a very slow day on eBay. We maybe sold, I don't know, 10, 12 items today all day. So it varies. It's like this. It's a one big roller coaster. Wade is asking, are you doing higher promoted listing? I don't know if that's a question for me. No, I think that's for somebody else. I'm not doing any promoted listings. So let's see here. What would you suggest doing with over 6,000 VHS tapes? Start a bonfire? That's a lot, man. 6,000 tapes. All movies, shows, documentaries, etc. Not home recording. Paid nothing, so anything is profit. It's tough. A VHS market is actually super tough. Some sealed stuff will sell for good money. Some documentaries, they're hard to find, will still bring some good money. Shows and just movies overall, probably no money in there. Some Disney stuff will still, if you make like bundles of 10, 15, 20 movies, will generate decent money. But overall, it's pretty tough market. Blank media, on the other hand, people are still buying pretty heavily because they want to do their own recordings. Sell them in groups. Yeah, you can try. That's probably the best bet. Try to sell them in groups because individually it's going to be almost impossible. Will the Bears win the Super Bowl next year? It's an awesome question. I mean, they look freaking great. They got to get a new kicker, of course, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, and I'm a big Illini fan as well. So I love sports. I love football. Somebody answers here, yes, the Bears will win Super Bowl. I mean, great coach. They got a good team. We'll see what happens. Hey, Krellin, what's up? Appreciate the super chat. VHS, VHS that sells vintage horror, gore, porn. Yeah, yeah, just unusual stuff that was never put on DVDs. Horrors will sell for sure. Documentaries will sell as well. So nice turntables. Yeah, I got a few of them here. I love vinyl. The Bears, SNL. Yep, of course. Offer Up. What about Offer Up? We love Offer Up around here. All right. There was one more good questions. Do you pay for shipping or have customer pay normally? 95% of my stuff is I have shipping on it. Do you see a difference in sales depending on how you list shipping? We did. You can probably find a video a long time ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I made a video that we did a comparison on 2 different accounts selling the same items. I can't remember the title now, but it was something about shipping comparison, free versus not free, something like that. And it didn't make a difference then, and I don't think it will make a difference now. Because remember, it's when you're doing free shipping, you're building into the price cost anyway, so price relatively stays the same. People are not stupid. It does help you a little bit in rankings if you are in a tough niche, in a tough category that you have a lot of competition. But then again, most likely that category will be also pretty saturated. So thank you for all the knowledge, Pete. I owe a lot of my 2018 profit to your videos and tips. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for the super chat. I try my best. We all do. Most of the creators here on YouTube, I think, try to spread the knowledge that they have, and we can all benefit from it. I mean, that's the whole idea. Appreciate it, Christopher. I bought a recorder at Salvation Army, 33 cents, sold over $500. Sealed, Judy Pollack. Yeah, I believe you. Sealed stuff sells, so if it's a good title. Why doesn't Illini fans shop on eBay? Yes, they do. I sell Illini stuff all the time, especially their vintage, Indian Chief logo. Sells really, really good if you can find that stuff. And anybody who's around Urbana, Champaign area, any of these thrift stores around that area, around the university, ton of stuff. You can find Illini stuff everywhere. He says, I have a number of new with text hoodies, long sleeve shirts, etc. for months and nothing moves. Come on, Illinois. Well, I mean, first of all, the teams have to be pretty decent, meaning, they got to do well for people to buy new stuff. But the older stuff, the vintage stuff, that's what people want. When you go to the games and everybody's trying to wear the old stuff, with old logos, and they're trying to be like a hardcore fans, that stuff sells. Thanks for stepping by, everybody. What else here? What else we got? Vintage, yeah, for sure. Do you have some very mad or bad customers you had problems with because they're impossible to sustain, and what do you do? Not many. Very rarely. We had few incidents, but nothing to I don't think like last year we had any really bad incidents that we had to call cops or anything like that, or we had to escort somebody out of the shop. No. Overall clientele is pretty decent. Um, Somebody made a strange comment though the other day. I was reading my videos and somebody mentioned uh, you really, really need to do something about the floors in your shop. Maybe some concrete paint, cheap sheet vinyl, anything would look better than they are now. Work something out with the landlord. I think that's a hilarious comment, um, because the floors they're there. Actually, when you like physically in the shop, you could see they're done the way they're done on purpose. Um, it's like old concrete. In some parts of the store, they used to had like that cheap vinyl tile that when we moved in, we completely stripped out and removed it. But some of the old glue stayed on, and residue of the glue stayed on. And we put this clear coat of like lacquer of this weird stuff, like almost epoxy, all over the floor. Um, so it's actually extremely like durable for moving stuff around or rolling things or I mean it's concrete with epoxy on it. Yes, it has patches of crazy stuff throughout the shop, but I think that's what gives that little character to the shop. So no, I'm not going to be doing anything. This was actually not cheap even to do that epoxy across the store. Now over the years, now many years passed by, and it probably could use refreshing coat on it to make it shiny again, because it's kind of dull after all these years. But hey, it's the whole shop has that like vintagey look vibe into it, so I'm not stressing about it. But it's a cool comment. I mean, people spot all kinds of stuff on these videos that I put out. Hmm. Good question, Wade. Who here is from live in Chicago? That's what I would like to know. Yeah, type type that this is Wade's thing. Type number one if you are from Chicagoland area. I want to see how many local people I got here. There we go. Hey Brian, what's up? Oakbrook Picker is here. Few people. Appreciate it, guys. Oaklawn here, yeah. It's southwest south suburbs. Yeah, look at this chat moving now. London, UK, awesome. Oh, on the other side of the pond. Waukegan, on fire. I was just there the other day in Waukegan. Adrian lives out that way. He lives in Gurney. Man, you guys are from all over the place. St. Charles, Missouri. I can't keep up with this now. Now it's flying. Detroit, London again, Buffalo, San Diego, Tennessee, Canada. Oh my gosh. Iceland. Wow, my wife was in Iceland last year. She spent whole 8 hours there. She had a layover when they were on the way with my daughter to London, and they had an 8 hours layover, and they decided to leave the airport, and they went and did the hot beds. These I can't tell you what the name is. I have no idea, but they took an Uber. Maybe it wasn't even an Uber or taxi. It was like a half an hour, 40-minute ride outside the airport, and they went like dipping in those hot what do you call it, springs. Dubai, Australia, Gold Beach, Oregon, Washington State, Oregon, Las Vegas. Love that town. I used to live in Las Vegas a long time ago. It changed a lot. I was there early 90s. Boston, love Boston, Pennsylvania. Boston, beautiful town. Loved it. I could live in Boston, I think. So much history in Boston. All these towns, old towns, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago. It's Picker's paradise. All right, I gotta stop this chat a little bit here because it's going so fast. Pete, if I am ever in the area, if your shop trading post, I'll be sure to stop by and say hello. For sure, yeah, absolutely. Just message me either on Instagram or Facebook before you come out. That you coming, because I'm in and out all the time. I'm not always there all the time. So you're reselling when you were in Las Vegas, Pete? No. When I was in Vegas, this is back. I got to Vegas in 1990. I lived there for a couple years, and I got into the casino business. Um, Went to school, became a dealer, then became a floor person, and then eventually got my way back out here when the first casinos are starting opening up in Illinois. And I was in a casino business, became a pit boss here in Illinois, and did that for a few years, and decided it's not for me. It's all nice and dandy and glamorous, right, out in Vegas, especially, or any casino that you walk in, but it's all about the money. The grind in the casino business, it's unbelievable. You think reselling it's a grind? Go work the floor in a casino. That's not a long video, but I seen a lot of stuff. I seen a lot of cool people. I met a lot of cool people. Yeah, I had a pleasure to deal to Clint Eastwood back in Vegas in Barbary Coast on a strip. Barbary Coast doesn't exist anymore. They blew it up a few years back. Used to be the best steakhouse on a strip. Pete, have you ever thought of relocating your business more out west to combat the weather, shipping, and taxes? Um, I don't think so. What's up, Ronnie Hardspeakers? Appreciate you being here. Um, Ziny Pride, thanks for the super chat. I don't think so. I love Chicagoland area. There's so much history here. There's so much stuff here. I'm not kidding you guys. I think this is one of the best towns that you can be for picking. Um, it's abundance of stuff, from flea markets to garage sales. Of course, it is very seasonal. The thrift stores are decent. Um, there's so much stuff out there. The city is so old. There's crap everywhere. You can sell vintage antique stuff. Just and I'm almost centrally located, being in Chicago. Yeah, it's a little bit farther to West Coast to California, but almost centrally located. So no, I don't think I would ever move the shop. If I ever decide to move somewhere, it's gonna be when I'm done. The shop is done. But I'm still probably not gonna move full time. I mean, I enjoy in the winter going to warm places like Florida and stuff. Uh, but I really enjoy in the summertime up north, going to Minnesota and Wisconsin, and all the Canadian border boundary waters, and then going into Canada. I mean, I'm an outdoor man, so I love fishing. So I don't think I would ever move. Plus, I I have so many friends, um, and so many. It took forever to build the business relationships, and these are awesome business relationships that I have. So to give that away, to move somewhere would be extremely hard. Um, it took a long time to get this done, meaning like the relationships. I don't know if I could do it again, spend another 20 years building this up. That's so now it's just a lot of deals that you guys see that I make, especially bigger ones. It's from the connections, the people that I know that I've been dealing for a long time. That's why I tell everybody, just be patient. It takes time. It just takes time. And exactly like Michael says here, as people move out of Illinois, all their stuff will hit the market. That's exactly right. When people pass away, or they're snowbirds and they're moving out to warmer climate, they're moving to Arizona, they're moving to Florida, they're liquidating their homes. Um, that's where you find the good stuff. Plus, Ronnie says, "Yeah, I just did build a house, a year and a half ago. So now it's kind of this is the house that we're probably gonna retire in, or at least be part of our retirement. It's perfect what I want. Um, Worked really hard to have this house done, so I'm very proud what we achieved here, me and my wife." Tanya, Drifty Treasure says, "I like the new HGTV show based out of Chicago." Which show are you talking about, Tanya? Um, I don't watch that much regular TV, so I'm not very familiar with it. Yeah, that is pretty cool name, Wade. I gotta say that eBay Coffee. eBay Coffee. Yeah, I like that too. Chicago Rehab. Chicago Rehab. Oh, I gotta check it out. I don't think I seen that. Is this like brand new, just started or something, first season? Reynold, hello from Fresno, California. Well, hello to you. It's a good question here. Is how do I hire help for my business? All right, I don't know. I'm assuming reselling business. Um, I tell you what, one of the hardest thing to do for your business is hire the right people. Um, Finding the right people that actually your business will benefit, and they understand your mindset and what you're trying to achieve. It's crazy hard. I probably, especially like for listing, before I found Vicky, I'm not kidding you guys, I probably went through 12 to 15 different listers that I hired and fired within days or a month. uh, it's a very hard thing to do. Yeah, it just i don't I don't know how to give the advice on that. I would say you just a trial and error. You just got to hire people, and you got to fill them up. Make sure that they understand what you're trying to achieve. Honesty is probably number one thing that you are looking in those people. Not necessarily speed or how much stuff they can list per hour and things like that. Understanding what you're trying to do in your business and being honest with you. Because it doesn't matter if it's somebody experienced or brand new, mistakes will happen all the time. Um, we make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes. Vicky everybody makes mistakes all the time. So they will happen. You can always fix the mistakes, but the vision that you have and somebody's on the same page, and if you explain something to them, that they will follow you. That's the hardest thing, finding people like that, understanding what you're trying to achieve. Because everything else you can pretty much teach if you want, but honesty and and hard work ethic, uh, you can't teach those things. So it's just you just got to keep hiring people till you find the right person. um, it's a tough one. It's always been. I went through so many people working for me in a shop that it's not even funny. And let's see. Yeah, Vicky is special. It's hard to find good people, especially if you're running a business that it's overall small, right? And people have to understand, yes, you're providing a job, yes, they're depending on you, but at the same time, uh, and I get it, I understand as an owner that nobody's going to give 120% like I do. But if you get a person that gives, that 80%, I think that's good enough. Unless it's their own business, they never gonna care really like it's their own business. So it's tough. All right, let's see. Let's change the subject here. Let's see what else we can think. Pete, what are the most popular things you look for at the garage sales? Wow, that's a good one. Well, of course, you guys know that I love, all this stuff behind me, vintage electronics. It's always good money. Um, Lately, and I know I'm gonna be looking because I see a spike. Last year I saw a spike, and I'm thinking that and the trend is going up. Small oil paintings on canvas, anything that you can easily ship. So pictures, 15 by 12, 20 by 15s in that range, or even smaller, something 9 by 10 pictures. I'm seeing a very nice trend, and nobody pays attention to the stuff. Long as it's done on oil, I mean, on canvas with oil, you can find that stuff at thrift stores all the time. People just pass by it and they have it really cheap, and it's a nice trend going up. People are buying that stuff up, even if it's not a crazy name. And it's actually, I found that by accident, because I'm never very good with art, right? But this is an interesting story. A couple years ago, my older daughter, she's a painter. She's been painting since she was a kid. Um, and nothing crazy. She just does it because she loves it. She enjoys it a lot. But she paints with oil paints and on canvas. And she, over the years, she did ton of paintings. I got a lot of them here. Well, not anymore. I'll get to that. Listen to this. So a couple years ago, I had to move her in college from apartment to apartment, and she had few extra paintings. And she's like, just take them to your shop, sell them. And I did that. I took him to the shop and I put few bucks on him. And most of the time, she would paint nature or architectures or buildings and things like that, but mainly outdoors nature. And they all sold, not for a whole lot of money, but they all sold. I sold them in a shop, and I'm like, let me look into this. And guess what? People are buying that stuff. And it doesn't have to be anybody famous. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be looking a lot for next year. I will be, because it's a very nice niche to be in, and it's pretty abundant, and you can find, every Goodwill that you're gonna walk in, you're gonna always find few oil paintings from big ones. If you want to deal with shipping on big items, which I do it all the time, you can. But the smaller stuff will be easy to ship, and you can usually find it for 3 4 5 bucks at the Goodwill. So I think there's good money to be made in that. And those pictures, and I sold them in a shop for 20, 30, $40. And online we sold few, for 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks. Something that you can pick up for $3 4. Why not? New Something new for you guys to look for this year. All right, you don't need to say Goodwill is AIDS. Come on, what kind of comment is that? Go do some other live show. All right, let me back up here. Krillin, thanks for another super chat. New hiring tip: pay per listing, pay a decent rate. Actually, I'm gonna absolutely disagree with you, and I tell you from experience, not to like come down on you, but I did that, and this is what happens. Um, and I'm talking really from experience. So, really, at the beginning, many years back, I had people working for me strictly on commission, pay per listing. And guess what? They trying to knock out listing, right? And I was paying like $2 per listing. They were also getting hourly pay, like minimum wage, but then per listing. And they're trying to knock out, 10, 12 listing an hour. And if you pay $10, $2 per listing, all of a sudden they do 10 listings, that's $20 an hour, right? And plus their minimum wage, they're making a bank, correct? But they're really knocking out these listings. What happens? Crappy pictures, bad descriptions, bad measurements, mistake after mistake after mistake, return after return after return, message, email after message after email, nonstop, nonstop. So you have to balance that out. I'm all for it giving some kind of incentive. Yeah, you do so many, or so many will sell, but just be really, really, really careful, because especially if you're trying to sell quality product, um, you don't want this to become a production line and all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of returns, and in the long run it will backfire. And what are you going to do? You're going to lose your eBay store because all of a sudden you have a bunch of returns and non-satisfied customers. So be really careful. Be really careful when you decide, when you have a lister, paying them commission. All right, let's see if we can pick up any other questions here. How long have I been on? 42 minutes. Okay, that's good. Is the audio still good? I'm gonna talk really quietly now. Did you guys see these videos? They are called ASMRs or something like that. People talk really quiet to the microphone and they go like this on a mic. And they get millions of views. I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, hello from England. What's up? Yes, they called ASMRs. Yeah, it's weird crap, guys. So what are you saying here? A coworker of mine eats really loud and it's like ASMR. Yeah, it's all about sounds, It's crazy. People make these weird sounds and it's supposed to be like very calming and puts people to sleep. And some of these videos get like millions of views. I don't get it. It's crazy, guys. Check them out. ASMRs. All right. Punch up sounds like our SMRs. Okay, whatever. What do you think about living, doing your work in Silicon Valley? I don't know. I can't. I don't know that market. It's every market is so different. I have no idea what you can find in California like that, in a high end place like that. When money is really no object, right? I guess so. I would think those thrift stores, or garage sales would be really, really good to source. People giving away stuff, but I don't know. Anybody here from California, Silicon Valley, that can shine some light on that? I can't tell you that. I mean, I love California. I've been there a couple times, but as far as business, it's hard for me to say. Pete, what is your favorite Polish deli or restaurant in Illinois? There's a lot of good restaurants. Obviously, there's a bunch of Polacks in Chicago here, so there's plenty of delis and restaurants. A lot of them good ones. I like Deli for You. I think there's like three or four of them. There's supposed to be one opening up very close to me here this coming year. Any advice on sourcing in the wintertime in Nebraska, I believe? Try, obviously, you do have the option to go to a lot of different thrift stores. Auctions. I think lots of people talk about it, but not many people really do auctions. Auctions, it's a great source. And I'm sure you can find local auctions in your area. They're happening almost every day. I bet you. Monday to Friday, all day, all week long, you can find different auctions. I know around my area, I can find an auction almost every day. So there's few that I like to go to. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Accelerator. Do you ever go back to Poland? Yes, I do. Last time I was back in Poland, it was probably about 2019. Yeah, about 6 years ago. Lazy, lazy walking. Appreciate a super chat. Love your channel. You really inspire me. That's what it's all about, guys. I'm trying to inspire some people. Um, make it happen. It's very doable. Make it happen. Lots of people, chew on it, but they don't go out and do it, and it's very doable. Pete, ever find any clips on Marantz? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Love that stuff. One of my favorite brands is Marantz. Craigslist free listings are good all across the US. I mean, that's why you guys see my name, obviously. Craigslist Hunter. I used to do a lot of Craigslist. Not so much anymore because I think Craigslist is a little bit down. I mentioned that many times now, but different local apps are taking over, and Craigslist can't keep up with it. But you can still find a lot of good stuff there. It's still, it's still a place to source for sure, for sure. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Let Go, Macari, all these apps are kicking ass a little bit, but eventually I think Craigslist is gonna disappear because their app is absolutely horrible for the phone. So Peter, have you been dealing with more of these idiots clickbaiting or false advertising on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace by stating free or $1 is not fun? Yeah, but you see that everywhere. You see that everywhere. You see that on OfferUp. You see that on Let Go. Yeah, I just got to deal with it. It's part of people drawing the attention, to their listing. Yeah, Tanya said she loves Macari. Yeah, I mean, and see, it depends on a region. And somebody says here, I hate OfferUp. Um, and I get it. It doesn't work everywhere, right? But for example, for me, OfferUp is like number one. We draw so much traffic to our business with OfferUp. It's crazy every single day. This is interesting. No, I haven't seen it. Oh, just skip. Hold on. Let me back this up here. Mike says, Pete, do you see the other day that someone got a 1774 newspaper from a South Jersey Goodwill bins? It's going to the Philadelphia Museum. That's awesome. Yeah, you never know. You never know, guys. Military items. Is it worth for you like a category for sale. Yeah, military stuff always sells good. There's always buyers for that. eBay Coffee says, I want you to try Macari, not for local sales, but for online sales. I made lots of money on it. And I get it. Um, if you guys don't know, you can also sell online with OfferUp as well, and you can ship. And we do that all the time, quite a bit. Macari, I don't have a whole lot of success with Macari. So I don't know if it's just not very hot in my market. I prefer OfferUp and Let Go here in Chicagoland area, but all of these apps are kicking ass for sure. Um, Facebook Place, Facebook Marketplace. I mean, it's kind of hit and miss. I'm glad that I have a shop because I can just tell people, hey, I'm open from 10 to 7. They can show up. But Facebook Marketplace, there's lots of questions and a lot of people not showing up for the item. We tried 5 Miles app in my area. 5 Miles, it's another one of those apps, and no success. And we stopped putting items on it. Mary says resellers need to realize everyone has capability to look up things online, to not just, yeah, for sure, absolutely. I mean, right here. This is everything in this little device. You can look up anything at any time. Pete, I have $5,000 to start a eBay business selling used electronics, but I want to make $4,000 a month profit. Is this possible? Okay. So first of all, you don't need to invest 5 grand off the get-go. I mean, that's quite a bit of investment. You can do a lot of damage, believe it or not, with that. I don't know where you are located in the country. Are you in a southern states that you have garage sales, season that it's a lot longer than, like, for example, here in Chicagoland area when the garage season is dead right now? But if you are somewhere south, you can do some serious damage with that kind of bankroll. Um, and it's not going to happen overnight. Everybody sees these numbers online. I made this or I made that, or even I'm guilty of it, right? I made this. We sold so much shit online on eBay, blah, 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 in December. It takes time. I didn't start 6 months ago. It just takes time. So for you to throw out a number like 4 grand a month, yes, it is absolutely doable, but it's going to take you a little bit of time. You start today, you put up 100 items this month, you're going to make a couple $100. Next month, you got 200 items. Following month, you got 300, and on and on and on and on. 6 months later, you're making $1,200 a month. A year later, you're making 3 grand. You get the drift? People want everything overnight, and it just doesn't work that way. You got to put in the time. Any experienced seller will tell you on eBay, on Amazon, you got to put in the time. It doesn't happen overnight. Simple as that. Can you do it? Of course, 100%. Single person, one guy making 4 grand a month, I don't see a problem. None whatsoever. Just get out there and do it. Okay, let's see if we got some comments here. My first month, I had 200 to 300 listings and I made 2 grand. See, I mean, but you got to put in the work, right? Those 200 or 300 items, they didn't end up on eBay magically by tomorrow noon. You had to spend some time to put up those 300 items, right? It's just simple as that. Exactly. People don't realize that, even if you do little things, I mean, guys, think about it. I know I mentioned that on a previous stream. Like somebody says here, wow, $4,000 per month. That just about pays my property taxes. Of you putting in a little bit of work, a little bit of work. Like just just to give you an idea, I'm gonna pull my eBay account here. Um, and I started again my store here out of the house in a basement. I have 18 active listings. Active listings, 18. Okay. I sold 15 this month. And I'm listing maybe one a day, two a day here. Then I don't do anything for a couple days and I list a couple more items. Uh, I don't know if you can see if this is going to pick up. $889. Few electronics. Is it doable? Yes, of course it's doable. You just got to put in the time. So if somebody says, oh, $4,000 will pay my taxes, you got to put in a little bit of work. So, $200-$300 extra money a month, and you can pay your taxes over the year. Is it doable? Of course it is. Of course it is. Pete, what kind of listings do you have? I told you guys at the beginning of this show that the stuff that I was listing was actually experimenting. A lot of this stuff is actually new stuff from retail arbitrage. I'm trying to compare, is it doable to do retail arbitrage on eBay versus Amazon, merchant fulfill, not FBA. And I'm seeing where is it better. I'm selling the same items on Amazon and eBay to seeing where it moves faster. Like the active items that I have right now, I do have few used items, but I do have quantity of some new items, like quantity of 6, quantity of 10 of certain stuff that it's newer, that it's from retail arbitrage stuff, that it's in that 10, 20, 15, $30 range, by quantity, so you guys can go and check out my store. It's Craigslist _Hunter, easy to find on eBay. You can see what I'm selling there, but I'm going to be slowly building up that store throughout the year and see what we can do. Yeah, pictures matter. As you guys will see in my store, no white background, just different background, catchy background, and it works. Let's see here. We are on for 59 minutes, so I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Let's see if I can. Is Adrian? Hold on. Is Adrian have his eBay selling account? What about Vicky? If she's selling on eBay on her own, that is kind of conflict of interest, right? What people do on their private time, I don't care. Just like me, is it conflict of interest? Should I be selling anything out of my house, or should I bring it to the shop and sell it? Is it conflict of interest? So I'm constantly trying new things out, that maybe later I can implement. I don't believe Adrian sells anything on his private account. I don't think Vicky does. Vicky does like a lot of local sales. She has extremely good eye. She goes out and buys stuff, at thrift stores and things, and she can sell locally very well. And she does it quite often, actually. People show up at the shop because she sold something locally just to pick up from her. So I don't think she sells online. I think she has enough coming in and working for us, 8 hours a day, listing stuff on eBay. I don't think she wants to see eBay when she gets home. All right, this is moving a little bit too fast. Hi, sorry to say, very hard to get used gear in the UK. I don't know. I know a few good sellers from UK, and they're doing pretty well. I mean, UK market, obviously it's different, but a lot of these guys I see sell quite a bit of the same stuff that we sell here too. So there's lots of car boots, right, everywhere. I go shopping with Vicky any day. I have a Moran's 2216 for you, Pete. Yeah, how much? I want to see your eBay store new to your channel. Well, George, appreciate stopping by. Yeah, go check it out. I mean, the new eBay store that I just started, there's not much there to see. And if you watch my previous videos, you can easily figure out what my store is on eBay. I share my eBay name all the time on most of the videos, so it's not hard to find. My main eBay store is it's Payatek 1, number 1. You can look it up. You can see the items that I show, and you can see my name in all the videos. Not hard to figure out. I actually hate when people message me and ask me just for the name. Do a little bit of work. Pay attention to the video. You can see it right on the screen, my name. You can find it. Plus all the items that I show, all you got to do is just look up the solds and you can see it. Hold on, where is I sold 54 items on eBay so far, $486. Awesome. Yes. I'm keeping my Marantz. Yeah, I love that brand. Anything Pioneer, Sansui, Marantz, Kenwood, all that stuff. Back in the day, all good stuff. Military items is a word for you. Good night. Good night. Appreciate stopping by. Pete, what about 10K deal you have mentioned in earlier video? It's funny actually when you ask that. So I showed a little clip, a video on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, there was a one minute video that I showed what kind of stuff I'm gonna be picking up. Well, not what kind of stuff, but how many pallets and what's going on. So we were there working all week. There was about 40 pallets of different tools and tools, accessories like drill bits, sawzalls, pliers, things like that we've been sorting all week. We needed to condense 40 pallets into 26 pallets so we can bring on the truck that I have available for me, which is like a 26 footer. And we wanted to condense to fit on that truck. We end up with like 28 pallets. So it looks like I'm going to be doing 3 trips with it. And actually the pickup date was scheduled for this Saturday. We can only pick up from that warehouse on the weekends. And this weekend we're supposed to get hammered here with some heavy snow that it's coming this way. They're calling 6 to 10 inches possibly, and it's supposed to start snowing tomorrow afternoon. It's supposed to snow all night and throughout the whole Saturday up to Sunday. So we're gonna get here hammered. So I actually rescheduled that pickup for the following weekend. But it's an interesting pickup. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of getting this set up, and that goes back again to the connections that you build up over the years. This is the company that does trade shows all over America, and when they finish trade shows they end up with this merchandise, A lot of it, they take back this merchandise to their warehouse. The client tells them keep it till the next show. They do these trade shows every month or every couple months, and then sometimes they come out with a new product, and then just the client says get rid of it, get rid of it. So every few months they end up with a bunch of extra, and and this is not little amounts. We are talking of thousands of items from these trade shows. So I've been working on this deal for a very long time, actually, because they had buyers for this stuff all the time. And for me to get in there and try to steal the pie of the action was very hard, but finally got it. We got it set up. And you guys will see probably in the next couple of videos coming up from me what kind of stuff it is. And that's why I was saying that we're going to be selling a lot of stuff on Amazon as well, because a lot of stuff I will have to push on both platforms, eBay and Amazon, to get rid of it. And I think we're going to be doing most of it by doing merchant fulfilled, not so much FBA. I don't have to do FBA because I do have the space. I do have a big warehouse, so we can handle this. So I don't want to pay. If I wouldn't have the space, I would be sending to FBA, but I do have the manpower to get everything done. So this is exciting. This is what I'm going to be going after this year. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of products that I can get in bulk, because I think that the money is there to be made when you can buy in big quantities. You can crush the competition when you're doing that. And this is not, all this product I'm talking about, this is not any kind of auction that, you bidding against anybody. This is just, one of those deals that took forever to get in there, and we finally got in there, and hopefully I'll be able to get the products from them on consistent basis every few months. It's all about the hustle, guys. Absolutely. It's all about the hustle. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna cut it off here. I appreciate everybody stopping by. All 400 of you, appreciate it. If you enjoyed this type of video, leave a comment below. Throw that like out there. That always helps the video. And share the video if you think this is a content that you got something out of it. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Hey, what's up, Mr. Sadie? Baba, how are you? Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thanks for all the great questions. I know I missed hundreds of questions here. Guys, I'm by myself. I'm not able to pick up this chat that it's flying by so quickly. So, but I hope I answered some good ones. Appreciate it. Till next time. Cheers.